Our class was asked to give a TED Talk about something that was important to us. This brought up a problem for me. Was I supposed to share my story of overcoming learning disabilities? Should I give advice about moving to a new school in the middle of COVID? Would people care if I talked about how I came out as non-binary to my family? Or maybe I should talk about my experiences with mental health when my mom was fighting cancer. All of these would make a good TED Talk, but none of them are the whole story of my identity. They are simply the highlight reel of what has happened in my life so far. Your teenage years, middle school in particular, tend to be a stressful and confusing time. And every year comes with a unique set of challenges to overcome. Most of these challenges are nothing to report home over, but that doesn't mean they don't affect or shape your identity. Let's use teenage anxiety as an example. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, 31.9% of teens have some form of anxiety, but only 8.3% of those teens have severe impairment. That leaves 23.6% of teens whose anxiety doesn't appear the way you might recognize from media portrayals. Hence, it might be pushed aside by friends and not seen as an important part of that person's identity. So it gets forgotten. This I have seen I have seen this phenomena play out multiple times in friend groups and in others' situations. Middle school moves fast. This means something non-life changing might be forgotten by lunch. On top of this, in the academic world, you're being expected to commit to a certain math class, club, or elective. Since most of the electives have a 3-year track and only in the last year do you really get the fun experiences of the elective. Since most of the electives, okay, sorry. This combination of social and academic stress led me down some interesting paths. The speed of it all left me confused about my identity for a long time. Was I a point 2 math student, an art nerd, a choir kid? Should I focus on after school sports or on learning a new language? Was my dyslexia really the most interesting thing people could find about me? But only the biggest events in my life were really being recognized and remembered, so I shaped my identity around them. This backfired. Soon I found that the person I thought I should be and the person that I wanted to be didn't line up. It took me a while to figure out who I actually wanted to be, and even longer to figure out how to become that person. In fact, I'm still working on it to this day. I'm well aware that I'm very lucky to live in a situation where my parents support me unconditionally. I also know that it's not easy to figure out your identity and how it might change throughout your life. Still, that doesn't mean you shouldn't at least try to figure out who you are and who you want to be.